My name's Steve Sykes. I live on Pine Park, Humula, and my dad has owned this property since the mid-40s, primarily beef and wool production. It's a great spot to live. We're at the foothills of the Snowy. I love living here and I wouldn't have it any other way. Here we raise Angus beef. We've found that their temperament's good for our markets, and also the markets down in the south here are more geared for the Angus cattle. We're fortunate in as much as that we're close to a major centre like Wagga, where Cargill's is a big enterprise in there, and when we send cattle to Cargill's, one of the things that probably is most beneficial by dealing direct with them is that you get all the feedback data on the processing of those animals, and with that data you're able to interpret that and build it on your beef herd. The biggest input we can make on farm is genetics. Without quality genetics, you can't supply in quality and product. The difference between grain-fed and grass-fed, and the reason why grass-fed is significantly better, is that the animal is in a place of nature out in the paddock doing what animals should do, grazing the pasture, as opposed to an animal having its head in a feed trough. If they're reared out in the pasture, they're less stressed, they're calmer animals, and they will eat that way as well. One of the things that we pride ourselves on at Pine Park is being able to handle the cattle and handle them quietly and efficiently. We don't use whips, and we also spend a lot of money in growing the right fodder. The right fodder means kilos. Kilos is money. Yeah, we're very lucky in as much as that we have got protection here from the elements. We've got plenty of tree cover, we've got plenty of grass cover at the moment. The waters generally is not a problem. Fresh water up in the hills here is something we are gifted with. A lot of things have changed. We're learning now more and more that, that perhaps all these chemicals that we've been applying aren't probably doing any favours to our ecosystem. We've got to find a happy medium where nature itself can also play a big part increasing productivity. I've always thought along the lines that if I'm going to try and produce the best, then I want to eat the best. And if I can't eat my own, then I'm not eating the best. I have to say my favourite way to cook a steak is on the barbie with mates and a few beers. I love eating steak, but you're probably asking the wrong bloke about how I cook it. My wife's a great cook. We spend an enormous amount of time and effort making these cattle as best as they could be.